Blah. Alright, hello. Today we are going to see who would survive a nuclear war. Now, going to look at this realistically, as if it started today. Now, of course, this isn't happening unless you're in 2076, because mostly you are still alive, or you live in this right here in the Central African Republic. Little spot I just made. Now, to understand this, what I'm saying better, we're going to have to zoom in on the place where nukes would most likely be mostly concentrated. That's right, North America. And many of you are probably like, bullcrap, but North America get most things. That is because of this pesky little country right here. And here. Somewhere down there. Anyways, guys, this country with the most nukes, most countries would probably see as a threat, and because it is such a large economy and has such a large military, people would probably try to get rid of it first, and because most countries do not like the United States of America very much, I think it's decent, mostly because it has this little thing right here, known as Lake Michigan. Also, it has Alaska. Anyways, would it go now? Let's say the United States decided to annex Toronto. I'm going to say Canada. So it annexes Canada. There are no more borders between the two nations. Now, this is probably not going to bode well, considering, well, why would it? Thousands of people would probably be outraged, thus grounds for war, because of another pesky little thing known as the British Commonwealth. Now, it's not really called the British Commonwealth, it is known as the Commonwealth of Nations. This alliance of countries, which I will not get into because of its vast expanse, contains of three major countries: Canada, Australia, which is down there somewhere, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, of course. They're probably like, hey, why isn't the US in this club? And that's because it's being a little brat. It was like, oh, we want our independence. But you know what it got? Its independence. You know what it didn't get? The Commonwealth of Nations. Jerks. Whoa. That is what's known as the Bering Strait, everyone. Anyways. But what would most likely happen in this case is China gets tired with the United States and goes and tries to nuke it, thus enticing it to nuke China, getting North Korea to nuke South Korea, to nuke Japan, to nuke everybody, until it fully escalates, until allies are bombing each other due to unrecognized bombings. One of the worst situations would be the east coast of the United States and the east coast of Asia. Remember, stay away from east coasts. Time is limited, Bulgaria. And this whole area due to another pesky little fella known as Pakistan and India. Two nations that don't exactly like each other very much. Right then, so who would survive the nuke? Or in better terms, who would win? First of all, let me fill in some countries that most definitely would not survive. Those countries are China, North Korea, South Korea, and, of course, the United States. Also probably the United Kingdom. Also France, and India, and Pakistan, Iran, and Israel. Israel, don't resist me. You know you're going to die by nuke. You know what? That's as filled in as this map's gonna let us get it. Anyways, these countries are almost certainly doomed, at least by today's standards. Now, if you want to say, hey, nuclear fallout, we're gonna get to that, but for right now, we're only focusing on the actual nuclear explosion and launches. Right then, now, let's look at countries that are extremely underpopulated. No, let's go for countries that have massive areas with no people, which is why Canada and, of course, Russia are not included. Hang on for a second, guys. I need to do some quick line drawing. Right then, guys. So, now here is what I have split Russia up into 3 places. These 2 regions are known as what I call Russia. And this area is Siberia. This area, of course, is Kazakhstan, but shut up. Right then, people in this area, which I will call the populated Russian area, will almost certainly die from the nuclear war. However, people in the other 2 regions, people don't exactly live there. However, due to some major cities in this area, now remember, people here will also inevitably meet their fate. Now remember, this is not where Europe begins, and Russia and Asia begins, except maybe in this little area here, mainly because it is another pesky little thing known as debate. Some people think, oh, this is Asia. Some people think, oh, this is Europe. Some people even think it's just one big continent. Some think, oh, this is Europe, and this is Siberia, not Asia. I am Vladimir Putin. Now, anyways, due to these 2 sections of Russia will almost certainly die. Now you're probably like, hey, other countries will get nuked too. Well, there's a thing called why. Now, for every single country, you have to look to see if there's a logical reason it would get striked. Now, for some countries there are, and I'll highlight them in yellow. Japan. Also, Siberia will be also highlighted in yellow. Japan is close to North Korea and a close allies of the United States. Taiwan, pretty much China. Vietnam, very close ally of China. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Afghanistan. These do not need explaining. Most Germany, Spain, 2 very big economies, though Spain might go by. Some more. Canada, which I coloured in perfectly, and no one would ever think otherwise. Due to its huge economy and close affiliation with two of the certain death countries, the United Kingdom, France, and the United States, so I guess it's 3. Hang on, I need to go cry. Okay guys, Steam, you are not needed. Anyway guys, due to that so rude introduction, that's actually the real reason on the other side of the screen. Steam just kept popping up, and so I didn't actually go and cry. Now, on with the video. Brazil, due to its close affiliation with its large economy. Now remember, large does not mean good. Same with Chile and Argentina. Cuba, due to its close affiliations and communist ties, will also likely be nuked. However, I would not put in a certain area. There's always a chance it will prevail. Unlikely though. Mexico, due to its large economy. They may think I'm joking here, but I'm actually not. Mexico has a pretty good economy. But it's not very good being coloured in, that's for damn sure. Anyways, guys, there is another country I'd like to add to the red. No, not just Hawaii, because I totally didn't forget that. There was just a glitch in the system. Yes, Panama. Mainly because of all of the trade it conducts. Now, let's say you're on the Pacific Ocean here. You want to travel, I don't know, somewhere nice, somewhere a lot of people live. The Atlantic. Where would you want to go? God knows you would not want to go just up through Mexico. That's gonna take ages. And a lot more money. So you would definitely have to go through Panama. Now you're probably like, hey, there's no African countries left yet. Around now. These countries, due to their nature, are also quite red, yellow. Shut up. Good. Now guys, before this video ends, because we will have to have 2 parts, I will label countries that are probably in the clear. Those are Saudi Arabia, due to its cultural importance, Yemen, large sections of the bush, much of Latin America, and probably a crap ton of the Caribbean. Probably like, hey, wait a second, what about over here? What about all of these countries? These countries? And well, these are all greens, so that massive risk of getting nuked. But you're probably gonna be fine. Most of these countries have been selected due to the massive size of some of their cities. But but why aren't some of these others highlighted? What is going on? That, my friends, will be answered in the next video. Thank you for watching.